I'm Rakshita from CSC AML Section C. Today my topic is automatic test generation, a use case driven approach. Let's get into the topic. Bridging the test gap. Traditional manual testing, time consuming, error prone, and difficult to scale. Consistent execution provides reliable and consistent test execution. Comprehension coverage guarantees extensive task coverage for all scenarios. Automated test case generation generates test cases automatically for efficiency. Rapid adaptation quickly adapts to software changes and updates. Automatic test generation means using tools or algorithms to automatically create software test cases, inputs, expected outputs, and test conditions. Instead of writing them manual, a case driven approach means these tests are generated based on the system's use cases that are the real ways users interact with the system. Concepts overview. Use cases describe user system interactions. Example, user logs in, user books etiquette. These use cases are modeled formally, often using UML diagrams such as use case diagrams, activity diagrams, or sequence diagrams. From these models, these cases are automatically derived using rules or algorithms. The generated tests ensure that all user interactions are properly validated. Use case driven ATG cycle. Execute a validate, run tests, and validate systems behavior. Into define use cases, capture user interactions and system behaviors, analyze scenarios, identify test paths for conditions, generate tests, creates comprehension test cases, execute and validate, run tests and validate system behaviors. Use cases describe user system interactions. Example, user logs in, user books a ticket. These use cases are modeled formally, often using UML diagrams such as use case diagrams, activity diagrams, or sequence diagrams. From these models, test cases are automatically derived using rules or algorithms. These generated tests ensure that all user interactions were properly validated. Steps in the use case. Driven test generation process. Model the system. Create UML use case diagrams to identify user action. Add preconditions, postconditions, and scenarios. Extract scenarios. Each use case may have main and alternative scenarios. Example, main. User logs in successfully. Alternative. User enters wrong password. Convert scenarios to test flows. Use activity to sequence diagrams to formalize steps. Generate test cases automatically. Apply algorithms or tools to derive input values, expected outputs, and test conditions. Example tools TTCCN3, UML test, Model JUnit, Spec Explorer. Execute and validate. Run generated test cases to check software behavior. Use case testing pyramid. User centric view captures real world user system interactions. Complete coverage documents all paths and edge cases for testing. Structured format. Standardized documentation of use case elements. Advantages of testing pyramid. Saves time and efforts in manual test creation, improves test coverage, especially for alternative paths, reduces human error, end-use tests align directly with user requirements. Example use case, online shopping place order. Automatic test generation using a use case driven approach means deriving executable for software test cases automatically from use case models that describes real user interactions. Benefits of use case driven ATG: enhanced coverage, accelerating testing, perfect traceability, and improved quality. ATG automation improves testing, coverage increase, more test scenarios, time saving, faster test creation. ATG automation, automated test generation, defect detection, early bug discovery, cost reduction, low testing expenses. Automatic generation tools can derive all these test cases from the use case model automatically. Saves time and efforts in manual test creation, improves test coverage, especially for alternating paths, reduces human error, ensures tests align directly with user requirements. Addressing implementation challenges. Team skill gap hinders sustainable adoption. Tool integration com- complexity. Scaling across teams is difficult. Undefined use cases. Poor input quality impacts outputs. Execute and validate. Run, generate, treat cases to check software behavior. Create software test cases, inputs, execute outputs, and test conditions. Instead of writing them manually, a use case driven approach means these tests are generated based on the system's use cases that are the real ways users. Describes user system interactions. These use cases are modulated formally using UML diagrams such as use case diagram, activity diagram, sequence diagram. From these models, test cases are automatically derived using rules or algorithms. ATG project environments. DevOps pipelines enables automated validation at every development stage. Integrates seamlessly into CI or CD workflows. Enterprise systems ensures consistent testing across multiple teams and interconnected components, manages complexity at scale. Agile development generates tests as requirements evolve sprint by sprint, keeps pace with rapid interactions and continuous integration. User login process and test case generation. User enters credentials, user inputs, usernames, and passwords. User clicks login, user initiates the login process. System validates credentials, system checks the entered credentials. System grants access. User is granted access to the system. ATG analysis. Tool identifies various scenarios. Test suite generation. Test cases are created based on analysis. Implementing ATG for enhanced testing. Achieve rapid validation. Achieve faster testing. Better traceability and improved quality. Rollout to Agile teams. Expand ATG implementation to Agile teams for rapid validation. Pilot with feature team. Conduct a pilot project with a single feature team to demonstrate ATG's value. Evaluate ATG tools. Access available ATG tools for compatibility with your tech stack, achieve rapid validation, achieve faster testing, better faster testing and improved quality, roll out to Agile teams and etc. Thank you.